Hi, Scorpio and Scorpio Rising. Here's your horoscope overview for 2025. I'm Astrologer Joseph Anthony. This is going to be one hell of a year, a monumental year. So if you have a rising sign in Scorpio or a sun sign in Scorpio, this is going to be a general overview, and I'm using the Western Astrology Tropical Whole House System. Again, it's a very basic understanding of the trends and the cycles because your birth chart is going to be completely different and your birthday is going to be different. So again, I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a heads up on the kind of energy that we're dealing with. And this year is a tremendous year because we have 4 planets that are going to be switching signs. Now, normally throughout the year, if we have 1 or 2, throughout the year changing signs, not a big deal. But when you have 4 of them, it's significant in astrology. It really, turns everything upside down. So this is the kind of energy we're dealing with. Everyone is feeling it. Everyone's feeling the energy and the uncertainty of it all. And we're entering a new world. And I'm just pointing the direction in the areas that you guys will have to pay attention to. A lot of these things are going to be involved in your work sector, the part of your chart that has to do with health, your home life, your feelings. These are the areas that things are pointing to. And so there's also travel, learning, exploration this year as well. So this is a big year for discovering things that you never knew were there or changing things up in your daily routine. So let's dive in and I'll give you an overview of what this year looks like. So first off, we have to start off with this one. This is the elephant in the room as we start off, as Mars is retrograde, as we start off the new year all the way till February the 24th. Now, it went retrograde on December the 6th in the sign of Leo, and then it backtracks into Cancer on January the 6th. Now, this has a lot to do with your 9th house. It has a lot to do with direction, career, land, home, family. This is because it's at the top of your chart. And so this is a time for reviewing. It's a time to get everything in order, to make sure that you have what you want and basically come to terms with things that are not working. Mars is our motivation. Mars is also your co-ruler. The ruler of Scorpio is Pluto, but Mars is a co-ruler. So this, again, will affect you in some way, but it has to do with revisiting the past primarily. Okay, so from these first 2 months, we're in this kind of nostalgic review period where we're trying to make new waves. We're trying to, move forward, but at the same time, we feel like we're stuck or we have to go through this chaotic period in our lives where we have to straighten things out. That's what I would say it feels like. And in Cancer, Mars in Cancer is very emotional and sensitive. It doesn't work very well. So there's a lot of emotion involved the first 2 months of the year. Okay, so keep an eye on that. The next thing we have going on here is these 4 planets that are going to be switching signs this year. So this is tremendous because as you can see here, the first one that changes is Neptune going into Aries, which is going to be your 6th house of health and service. So you're going to become very creative in that area. You're going to find new ways to take care of your health, new ways to change up your daily routine. You might be going to alternative healing. All of this stuff is going to be on the table as Neptune makes its way through Aries. Then a few months later, Saturn will join Aries. So we have these 2 heavyweights sitting in that 6th house. So many of you are going to become maybe a little bit more OCD with Saturn there. You're going to be focusing on your well-being, your health. You're going to be focusing on your daily routine. Exercise programs become very important to you. Meditation, all of this stuff starts to be enhanced. And so you're going to feel like you have to take care of this area of your life. Now, this one is very beneficial to many of you. Jupiter will enter Cancer, which is another water sign like yours, in June, and this will be in your 9th house. So this has a lot to do with exploration and traveling and learning and having more fun. So there's a lot of that going on. So if many of you are thinking about real estate or home and family dynamics, this is going to enhance it for the whole year. So keep an eye on this guy. Now, this one is the wild card of the year. Uranus enters Gemini. Now, this is tremendous because Uranus has been in Taurus the last 7 or 8 years, And it's been changing all of your relationships one way or another. Now Uranus is going to go into Gemini and really revolutionize your 8th house, which has a lot to do with your deep psychological change, innovation, technology, psychic ability, and your funding and finances and investing. So this is going to be an area that you're going to have to keep an eye on as well. And so we have a very dynamic year with lots of changes, lots of areas that are being touched upon, which is your psychological well-being, your physical health, traveling, exploring, understanding things at a deeper level, just with these 4 planets alone. So this is, you can see here. Here's an overview of the major transits. Now take note of the dates here. Events will occur around a week or 2 on either side of these dates. So these are the most important dates that you want to take note of. And I'll just quickly go over them and give you an overview of what I see here. So January the 6th, Mars will retrograde back into Cancer. It will be opposing your ruler, Pluto. So what this means is you have a decision to make, and it may not be a comfortable one because of the opposition to Pluto. So maybe you're thinking about moving, maybe you're thinking about traveling, maybe you're thinking about doing something new, and it's a little frustrating, or there's a lot of emotion involved right away as we start the new year. Now, this one's very important. January 11th, the North Node enters Pisces. Now, Pisces is another water sign. The North Node is what we're striving for, the direction we're going in, and this is going to be in your 5th house. And so there is a desire in the next 18 months to go in a new direction, to have more fun, maybe get involved with children or have children, be around children. New creative projects are all going to be in the mix. So this is going to be vitally important. And even more so in February as the North Node conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. So we're looking at tremendous amounts of potential here in the middle of January to about the middle of February for new growth, opportunities, dealing with children, creativity, spirituality. This is all in the mix. Now, as we go into March, this is where it gets tricky again. And this is why, this is such a revolutionary year. We have not only at the end of February, Mars coming out of retrograde on the 24th, but on March the 1st into the 2nd, Venus goes retrograde. And it'll start off in your 6th house of health and service and daily routine. So once again, we're revisiting issues from the past, situations from the past, people from the past that have to do with your current situation. And so this is going to stay retrograde all the way until April the 12th. And then it'll retrograde, in that time, I believe in April, back into Pisces, into the 5th house. So you're going to be revisiting issues from the past in March going into April. Now, at the end of March, there is that Neptune entering Aries, monumental. So things pertaining to health matters, daily routine, pets, this all falls under that umbrella. March is a very significant month because we also have 2 eclipses in March. So the 2 most significant months of the year are going to be March and September. So keep those in mind because those are going to be some major turning points in your personal life. Now, as we go into April, April looks like a really good month, April and May. And so we have Saturn conjuncting the North Node. You feel destined to do something. You feel destined to change something. You're going in a new direction. You've got something new on the table here in terms of a relationship, something to do with your children, or a new project that you're really excited about and taking hold of. May the 18th, we get a little speed bump here as Jupiter squares the nodes. And so this could be a little bit of a tricky situation. And a lot of this may have to do with the political nonsense, the financial stuff that's going on around the world, the financial system changing, and talk about new currencies and all that stuff. So it could pertain to something like that. May the 24th, Saturn enters Aries, and that's 6th house. So you're now really disciplined about your health and service, and you're taking charge of different areas of your life. So this is going to be vitally important. Now, as we go into June, the beginning of June starts off pretty good because Jupiter enters Cancer and that 9th house of higher learning and exploring and exploration. But towards the middle of the month, we get Jupiter running right into Saturn and then right into Neptune. So it can get a little tricky. All right. So just keep that in mind. And then July, I hate to say it, all hell breaks loose, but, and I'm being dramatic there when I say it, it means innovation, technology, intuition. You guys will become super psychics, understanding things at a fundamental level, understanding the weirdness that goes on in this world, anything from extraterrestrials to interdimensional travel, time and space. Many of you may become more scientific in a sense and wanting to know more about geometry and how the world works and quantum physics. So you're going to really be exposed to a lot more information that you never thought was possible, but now it's coming to you because of Uranus entering Gemini. So this is going to be very profound for many of you. We also have some positive alignments that are occurring here in August and again in September and November. So these are the highlighted dates, so take notes of that. August, we have Saturn sextiling Uranus, and then on the 28th, we have Uranus sextiling Neptune. These are both very favorable alignments in astrology, so it could show us something smooth that is flowing out of your current situation, having to do with work or financial matters. Okay, more than likely it's going to be work and health related matters here, but it looks more beneficial. So take advantage of that. Now, as we go into September, this is that other month that I say is going to be quite chaotic, or there's going to be a tremendous amount of energy in that month for change. And Jupiter will lead the way with a nice little trine to the North Node, so you feel destined to do something. I need to do this. I need to go do and do this. I need to build this. I need to structure this. So this is going to be very important. But on the 7th, we have the eclipse that's going to be activated. And then again, towards the end of the month on the 21st, this will send you in a new neighborhood, new direction, new organizations, new people around you. Okay. And on November the 20th, we have the sextile again, but this time Uranus and Neptune have both backtracked into the previous signs. Uranus will go back into Taurus. Neptune will go back into Pisces. Both of these will be in those signs for the last time, and they will leave those signs in 2026 for good. So here we have a review process in November as we go in towards the end of the year. And once again, we have this slowing down effect at the end of 2025 as we're looking back and going, holy crap, wow, this was an amazing year. And that's also quite beneficial. So keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about this guy. Pluto is your ruler. It entered the sign of Aquarius. It is at the bottom part of your chart in the 4th house. So this has a lot to do with emotions and feelings and foundation and real estate, family dynamics. All of this stuff plays a major role in your life all the way through January of 2044. So you will see tremendous amounts of changes occurring in these areas. That doesn't mean it's bad things. It just means a change. See, transforming, power, unseen forces, change. Okay, and Uranus is about surprises. So this is innovation, technology. Maybe you guys are buying some land and you're putting up all kinds of fancy solar equipment and, something that's innovative. So remember, technology is going to really explode in the next couple of years. So you may find yourself very much in the technological age and using that, to better your life in some way. So there's going to be tremendous amounts of change in that area with your family and your foundation. So keep that in mind. Now, let me point to this North Node thing because it's important. The North Node switches signs about every 18 months or so. It retrogrades backwards into another sign. So here's the dates that I want you to keep an eye on. And this is like the carrot and stick. It points us in a certain direction. And so with the North Node in Pisces, it's actually quite beneficial for Scorpio rising or Scorpio sun sign. It's about embracing the themes of compassion, spirituality, creativity, and intuition, something that you guys have a lot of at times, but now it's going to force you to look at that. And it's in that 5th house of creativity, love, children, having more fun. So you're going to find very inventive and creative ways to express yourself. You're going to find many creative ways to spend time with your children or new projects that you find really stimulating. So this is going to be something very important that you're going to need to focus on. Okay. So I put together this slide, just a simple little mantra that you could use. And because the South Node is going to be in Virgo, we must release, and that's what the South Node represents, releasing judgment towards self and others, a false sense of control, nitpicking, and micromanaging. At the same time, we must embrace empathy, compassion, spirituality, faith in something greater than ourselves. So this is the theme for those next 18 months. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's talk about Venus retrograde from the 1st and 2nd all the way through April the 12th. This is a time where we look upon our finances, we look upon our self-worth, because it's going to be in Aries, and it's going to be about health matters and our daily routine. So we're going to need to focus primarily on this during this time frame. And again, look for events that are taking place in society at this time, like the financial system, the markets, the cryptocurrency. All of this stuff is going to play a major role this year during this time, but it can be a confusing time for relationships. So if relationships from the past resurface, just know that they're not meant to last. They're meant to be reviewed before we move on from them. Okay, so that's what it means. Now, here are the eclipses that you need to take note of, because they're going to affect you greatly, because they're going to be in Virgo and Pisces and one in Aries. So this one on the 14th is going to be in Virgo, which has a lot to do with your status in the community. It's going to be in your 11th house, friendships, organizations, and maybe you're pushing away from them. And because lunar eclipses bring things to light in order for you to review them and maybe transcend them or move away from them. And so we got that theme going on here in March. But at the same time, the solar eclipse is really activating some positive energy in that 6th house of health, service, and daily routine. Many of you may be looking at pets. That's the 6th house. But it's Aries, the self. So you're reinventing yourself. You're starting something new that you know you must do. So this is a fantastic time to focus on health matters, whatever that is. Exercise, getting your teeth done, I don't care. Whatever it is, this could be one of the best times of the year to focus on health matters. These other set of eclipses, as I said, September the 7th is in Pisces, your 5th house. So you have to come to some sort of realization about a project, a situation, your children, a love, something that you've been working on that may come to an end, or realization about the current situation, in order to make way for something new with this solar eclipse on the 21st in September, where this Virgo has solar eclipse has you going in a new direction, new organization, new town, new community, new hopes and wishes for the future. So this is going to be monumental as well. The eclipses always represent doorways. They open and close. Solar eclipses are doorways that open. Lunar eclipses are doorways that close. Okay, so once again, here's a review of the transits. Take note of it, take a screenshot, write them down, stop the video, whatever you need to do. Okay, and this one as well, you could take a screenshot and remind you of these dates that are very important, which will be highlighting that 6th house for you because of Saturn and Neptune going into Aries. And then, of course, here's another one. Jupiter entering Cancer can be quite beneficial for many of you. So take advantage. Here are the time frames. That's why I put these together. So all the way to June the 29th of 2026. So this is a great time to buy property, to spend more time with family, to really enjoy yourself in some way. This one is a wild card, July the 7th through November the 7th. Then it'll retrograde back into Taurus. So your 8th house will be lit up with knowledge, information, premonitions. You guys will become like super psychics, even more so. And so this is going to be a monumental time when this hits. Okay, so you're going to be really looking at everything in a new way. Here are some positive alignments that you need to take hold of. Just jot these dates down. Like I said, a week or two on either side. Look for some major events to occur that could be quite beneficial. All right, so there you have it. And there, once again, are the eclipses that I want you to take note of, okay? So anyway, I hope you appreciate this. And if you want to learn more, I have an extended version of this 2025 horoscope in my inner circle where I go over charts. We dive deeper into what's going on. And there you could even learn astrology. I have a whole 6-course module course there. We do weekly Zoom calls. and I take questions. I look over people's charts. We go over current events, and there, of course, it's unfiltered. I don't have to worry about what I say there. And everyone in there is really friendly, and we're all kind of on the same page. So consider joining. There's a free 7-day trial if you want to check it out. No obligation. And, I'm going to do as much as I can in there to help as many people as I can. All right. So have a great year. Make the best of it. And I look forward to helping you throughout the year, on some of these videos. Okay. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.